Honorable Senator Isaac Mwaura, Government Spokesperson, Republic of Kenya. Honorable Dr. Justice K.I. Laibuta, Judge of the Court of Appeal and Chair of the inABLE Board of Directors. Distinguished partners, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In the early years of inABLE, my son, then about 6 years old, would often say to me, "Mommy, why don't you hand over inABLE to someone else to run it?" And this is simply because I was traveling too many times from the US to Kenya to really run the program and make sure that our programs are running well. Today, I'm proud to say that the same son who is here with us in this room for the first time today can finally see that I'm not doing this alone. And to my son, we are part of a growing, committed community that is walking this journey together, pushing forward the vision of digital accessibility in Africa. I remember when we started off by raising $3,400. My friends, young people, we were in college, raising $99 each, and partnering with the Thika School for the Blind and kicking off the program. But slowly, after a few months, I realized sustainability was an issue, begging for money from my dad, my mom, to maintain the program. We started hosting white parties in Atlanta, and this is to all the Atlanta folks. And we used to host white parties, dress up, and pay $5 or $10 or $20, which we would use to fund the program. The reason I'm sharing this is because sometimes people see inABLE and they think we started from the top, but the reality is we started from the ground. Like the story of the hummingbird, narrated by Professor Wangari Maathai. It is not the size of the challenge that matters, but the effort we make today and every day. It is with great honor and profound appreciation that I welcome you all to the 6th Inclusive Africa Conference. I express my gratitude to the Government of Kenya, our Cabinet Secretary, Honorable William Kabogo, the Principal Secretaries, our Government Spokesman, and all senior government officials for joining us today. Your presence reaffirms the commitment to positioning Kenya as a model of best practice across the continent on digital accessibility. I am grateful to each one of our partners, led by the MasterCard Foundation, Google, Microsoft, Uber, Meta, Intuit, and Salesforce for their significant technical and financial support. Asanteni sana, and this also includes a T-Scale that has been extremely supportive on the program. Africa is a mobile-first continent, with smartphone penetration of 52% and projected to rise to 81% by 2130, per a report by GSMA on mobile economy sub-Saharan Africa for 2024. The World Bank also estimates the African population will reach approximately 1.7 billion by 2030, with 70% of the population comprising of young people. This demographic shift, combined with increasing mobile adoption, underscores the critical importance of digital accessibility, as mobile devices will remain the primary gateway for information, access to products and services, and opportunities for the majority of the continent's population. We are already experiencing and witnessing the transformative power of digital tools, driving the Gen Z awakening, a dynamic movement reshaping political landscapes, driving demands for accountability, and influencing governance across the continent. When digital products and services are not designed with accessibility in mind, they create invisible walls that deny users the opportunity to access or engage meaningfully in activities across all areas of life. This renders digital accessibility a priority and a fundamental human right and a necessary economic consideration. Ladies and gentlemen, digital accessibility is not a one-time fix. It's a continuous evolving process that must be embedded from the start and throughout the development of the product lifecycle. Accessibility is not an add-on. It's a core design principle. This requires intentional policies, inclusive design standards, cross-sector collaboration, and sustainable investment. With Africa's digital economy rapidly expanding and the global assistive tech market projected to reach around $32 billion by 2030, now is the time to support local innovators and entrepreneurs in this strategic space. But we must ask ourselves critical questions today. Are our digital platforms genuinely designed with accessibility in mind? Are our policies being adequately implemented and enforced to ensure no one is left behind? Are we creating accessible educational tools, e-government services, and AI systems that benefit all users? Most importantly, are persons with disabilities leading the change? Or are they being part of the creative and design teams? Or are they still being left behind as consumers? One of the key successes of this conference is the development of the Kenya Accessibility Standard for digital products and services, which is now setting a benchmark for advancing digital accessibility across organizations. 3 weeks ago, the Kenya government strengthened this progress by enacting the Persons with Disabilities Act 2025, which establishes a comprehensive legal framework to safeguard the rights and promote the inclusion of persons with disabilities. Together, this progress, legislation, and the national standards offer a powerful momentum towards digital inclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, discussions at this conference will center on the accessibility of financial services, which is a critical service for persons with disabilities, education, skills gap, employment, brand communication, transportation. Let's remember, if a person with disabilities has a job or has to go to school, they have to use some form of transportation. So transportation is an important component as well. And the catalytic role of artificial intelligence in all these areas. AI has rapidly evolved into a powerful enabler of digital inclusion, accelerating both the customization and scalability of accessible technologies. As Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg recently observed, AI is expected to replace mid-level software developers, shifting human talent towards higher-level problem-solving and creative innovation. But what does this mean for the disability community? It raises urgent questions around inclusion, skills readiness, and whether those creating these technologies represent the full spectrum of user needs. We must ask, which jobs will AI disrupt? How can we close the growing skills gap? This conference brings together governments, donors, academias, employers to align training with the demands of an AI-driven future. Our shared goal is clear: to prepare African youth not for yesterday's role, but for the opportunities and realities of tomorrow. In today's world, AI literacy is essential at every level. This is how we can stay ahead of the AI disruption. It's no longer an option, it's mandatory for us to learn about AI. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my remarks, I want to emphasize that enABLE is ready to accelerate digital accessibility across the continent. Still, we cannot undertake this journey alone. Many other organizations of persons with disabilities, and good number are still in this room, are prepared to partner and collaborate in supporting the accessibility journey. Over the next 3 days, let's commit to making technology a bridge of opportunity for all. This 6th edition of Inclusive Africa Conference is a springboard for deeper collaboration and lasting impact. We invite you to join the working groups formed here to drive continued engagement and accelerate the implementation of digital accessibility. It's important for us to share knowledge, to come together, and to support each other in the digital accessibility journey. As we push the boundaries of digital accessibility, here are 3 simple but impactful actions that you can take. 1, bring someone along. The next time you come to Inclusive Africa, bring someone along. Invite your designer, your developer, or communications partner into an accessibility conversation. It doesn't necessarily have to be here, but let's get everyone involved. If they are creating something for you, they should be creating for everyone. Integrate accessibility from the start. Involve accessibility teams early and design and build with accessibility in mind from the onset. Number 3, budget for accessibility. Ensure every digital project of funding includes a dedicated line for accessibility. If we don't do that, then that means accessibility will not be implemented as part of the programs. Thank you all for your presence and valuable contributions over the years. This is our 6th edition again. A heartfelt thank you to the entire enABLE team and our board of directors for making today a reality. Let us leave this conference inspired, equipped, and more determined than ever to build an inclusive digital future for all. Thank you.